Hey, guys, this is the Dark Match for the week ending in September 6th, 2012. I'm the Revolver Man.
And I'm DigiFox. I'm the fox that rocks your socks.
I'm Duo's Angel.
And I need coffee. I'm the Lone Warrior. Well, this is what the Iron Sheik is tweaking now. Tweeting
Probably is
now.
He's probably too, if we know the Iron Sheik.
Yes. Him. Fuck, I am hungry for the shish kebab, but if you don't give a fuck, go fuck yourself.
What?
I didn't know he liked shish kebabs.
Did Sheik just tell everyone to fuck off if they don't care what his food is?
I think so.
have to care
Someone
about
get
what
a little
he eats.
egotistical.
Well, maybe we should care because every time he gets fatter, his belly button looks more and more like a baby's coming out of it.
Aw.
Thanks for the mental image.
You know, I'm actually kind of glad that Kane went back to the to having a top. I could have sworn he was starting to get that way too.
Anyways, this isn't about WWE. This is about Impact.
Oh.
And this was a return to form for Impact, and that's not a good.
Was it ever?
Hooray!
See, this is my first Impact after a long hiatus. Yeah.
And it was if you've never left.
Yeah, you basically missed that month and a half when it was really getting good, minus a couple of segments. This is back to form.
Yeah, it really feels like I've missed absolutely nothing.
Well, what you did miss was a stupid crack baby
thing. That's it?
And
of everything going on.
They've been good. They've been good, minus the crack baby.
Why they killed that angle?
Because she's fucking
horrible and mildly offensive?
No, it's because the actress playing the crack hooker, I don't want to say the other word because that's kind of offensive. Her other acting job showed up on YouTube, and angry TNA marks started bashing her, so she quit to get away from TNA and TNA marks.
Oh, yeah, you know what her job was? She was olive oil at Universal Studios.
Boy, Popeye, come and rescue me.
I would love to see Popeye beat the fuck out of somebody on TNA.
I stand all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. Give me some spinach.
Yeah, the problem is he sees a can of green stuff, but it's from Hardy's locker room, and he ain't going all spinach on anybody. He's like, oh.
Oh, well, if it's from Hardy's locker, oh no.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's
let's
actually
upload Impact this week.
So we start with the match, which is nice.
After a decent enough recap.
Yeah, so we got Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe. Jeff Hardy fighting to get into the Final Four, and Samoa Joe fighting to get the top spot, which allows him to dictate what his opponent will be. And once again, to praise TNA, this Bound for Glory series is so much better than last year's Bound for Glory series.
Like, that's hard.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that.
Like
they could have had the arena explode, and it would have been better. Come on.
Ouch.
Hey! I give credit where credit is due, and this is where credit is due.
Yeah, oh no, I'm agreeing. This year's way better, but it's still not saying much. Hogan could have won, and it would have been better.
That's how bad it is.
I am still surprised that we have not seen Hogan as champion yet. I am legitimately surprised about that. Anyways, Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. This is
it started out promising.
It was a pretty basic sort of thing. Samoa Joe was playing the heel, despite the fact he isn't a heel anymore, I guess. But he was just basically beating on Jeff Hardy until Jeff Hardy got him with the Whisper in the Wind, or whatever the hell that stupid move is, where he does a corkscrew flip off the top of the ring, or top of the turnbuckle, and hits Joe's arm. And Joe sells it like this really hurts, because apparently his arm is injured, which was news to me.
That did
it was-
not. Oh, that actually looked really bad.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy missed.
He missed. He missed very obviously.
Yeah, they're still just trying to sell him being whacked in the arm by Magnus 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Fucking. We'll get to Magnus. But anyway, so after that, Joe's selling his arm and he's fighting, and then out of nowhere, after a twist of fate, Jeff Hardy locks in the devastating, the terrifying, the body-destroying headlock.
To be fair, I think he was going for something. It kind of looked like he was going for something like an anaconda vice, because he did have the Joe's injured arm trapped. Trapped between his arm.
They even commented on like arm and
results-
headlock or something like that. Like they commented that it was some like
Well,
he was hitting in two different places.
Right, that's what they were trying. What happened is that he basically had a pretty simple headlock and Joe tapped. But the thing is, the announcers were selling it like his arm was what happened. So
Well, that's again. He's supposed to have had his.
Right, that's the arm was supposed to be in that, but it was not, because Jeff Hardy is a meth head fuck up.
No, his arm was in his legs. It was just.
Oh yeah, I could clearly see it.
I didn't see. All I saw was the headlock.
He had the
No, I
headlock,
could
but he
tell.
also had his arm caught between his legs, like he was.
We could argue if it actually looked like it might have in any way hurt.
Yeah, if anything, it was kind of like watching a certain wrestler from another company put in, say, an STF.
Well, there you go. Joe just tapped out to Jeff freaking Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
I'm amazed I didn't hear California explode with Magpie's rage.
Yeah, see, I'm not condoning that, Jeff beat Samoa Joe by fucking submission.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I saw what they were trying to do, even if Jeff fucked it up.
Mm.
But yeah, Jeff Hardy wins, so he gets his. He's pretty much guaranteed a spot in the. He gets his 10 points. Although they really fucked up the point totals when they were showing him later on, because he had 50 points going into the match, or he had 50 going into the match, and then at the end of the match, after the match, they showed him with 59 points. It was like, you dumbasses.
Basic math, something TNA can't handle.
But Jeff wins. Samoa Joe is eternally second place now. To Storm, so we know that Storm's gonna be, is gonna be picking whoever he wants to fight. And Chrissy Hemme decides she's going to try to do an interview. Oh no, wait, sorry, I forgot something.
Video package.
Yeah, there's a video package of the Aces and Eights stuff where they jump, where the camera guy.
The evil, he's a grip, and he was cable layer. The evil cable layer.
Evil Joe Dirt jumps him from behind.
Oh god.
Oh, wow.
Evil Joe Dirt. I like that. That's very appropriate for.
Well, I forgot. My name is Earl. I forgot Earl's name from My Name is Earl. So.
Dicky.
Yeah. Basically, he jumps. He whacks Aries from behind with a flapjack. I'm pretty sure it was a flapjack. It was supposed to be a flapjack. It was something small. It didn't look like
pancake.
No, kind of a blackjack.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, the sock, the old sock, as it tends to come off on TV.
Yeah, the sock with an orange in it, But so they show a recap of Aries going down from that after beating up big mask guy number 3, and they cut backstage, and Aries is talking to Hogan, going, "How much longer is this shit gonna go on, man? I'm tired of being jumped by people." And Hogan goes all, "Well,
Wrong business for that.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
I don't like being beaten up in wrestling. That's also my style.
Hogan says that most of these guys, we have no idea who they are. This asshole was was part of the TV crew, so they know exactly who he is, and Hogan's got him. And he basically tells Aries,
Ding! Massive felony another one. Kidnapping. This will continue as we go along.
Yeah, so Hogan
will it
basically,
ever?
Hogan tells him basically, get the information out of him. If he doesn't want to talk, break his legs.
Ding!
If he's
Massive
really
felony another two. Threatening of bodily
no,
harm.
I missed all of that. Like, I missed all the specific details. I just knew that they had a guy to go bother.
Yeah, and then Aries says something, and Hogan goes, "Well, then break his other leg." I was like, God, I hope he doesn't have more than two.
He's a
Like,
three-legged ant creature.
No. I was gonna go for the obvious tripod joke, but
Oh.
anyway, we go from that to ringside, where Christy Hemme has decided she wants to talk to Samoa Joe. This can in no way go wrong.
On-stage interview. That's not
Considering
suspicious or in any way a setup.
Yeah, so
considering that the show is now live, and so they had to show the video package, that means Joe was just standing out on the stage for about 5 minutes before anything else happened.
Oh yeah, damn. Poor Joe.
So yeah, the crowd and
Yeah.
Joe are just standing there waiting for something to happen for about up to possibly 10 minutes.
You think
just
Daniel Bryan had it bad?
I don't know, maybe
So
Joe has like a DS he can play.
yeah, Joe opens his mouth to say something, and Magnus comes out, and he's like, "Joe, I know you just lost.
Because, we got to
bad."
get Brutus Magnus back on the show after years of not using him.
Yeah, he has to be a plot element.
Well, he is a plot, and I just don't think it's the way that we're talking about. Plot is another word for ass.
Go ahead.
But so he basically goes on about why he lost his temper with Joe, and that he was, when they were a tag team, he was great, but they were pretty good together, and then they were a great team, and then Joe got selfish and threw it all away. Magnus is like, I'm over it. I just want you to know I'm over it. I wish you the best. And Joe's
this would have made a lot more sense if Joe was knocked out of the tournament because of this, not just simply not taking the first place advantage, the way that Magnus was talking. But what do I know? I've never
TNA bring jackasses. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So Magnus leaves, and Joe starts to continue the interview when Magnus comes running back and just clocks from behind and hits him in the arm, and then runs away. Possibly going, whoop, 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 whoop.
Possibly. Joe is now laid out.
We also learned that Brutus Magnus's new gimmick is that he's a fucking troll.
Yeah,
Don't mean that as in lives under a bridge and has fancy hair troll.
You mad, bro?
If he would have said that,
we need to get him trunks that says that across the ass. Or a shirt. I suppose a shirt would be the normal way to do that.
No, across the ass. That would have been how a troll does it.
Oh no, man! He likes the voodoo, man. I'm sorry, I never do that again.
Okay, so we got our next segment, which is Hogan.
More Hogan.
One of
It's
these
more fucking
backstage
Hogan.
segments that's all shake
God.
cam and reality TV style, and we got different tag teams such as the two Robbies, Chavo and Hernandez, and Kid Cash and Gunner.
The only thing missing from these segments was Hogan handing out roses to the people he throws out.
Oh.
Well, I'm more interested with the fact that apparently Hernandez is no longer a racist Mexican.
Oh, you see, what happened was, hey, look over there!
What? Past alliances and characters? Psh, Like that shit's ever
3
important.
months. It's basically the 3-month rule. 3 months have passed. Nobody remembers what the fuck Hernandez was doing. So he's a good guy now. Hooray! But Hogan's basically going, give me a reason why you deserve a title shot against Kaz and Daniels tonight. And Robbie E immediately opens his mouth and goes, "Well, we're the youngest guys here, you know. These guys are old as shit, and these guys are old as shit, and one's Gunner, so you know that. And we just deserve the chance, you know. We're a real tag team." And they all start arguing and bickering, and somebody points out the very good fact that, hey, Chavo's been in the company for 5 weeks and has wrestled maybe 2 matches.
And the thing is, if he would have come in and cut a promo on WWE, he would be competing for the world title belt right now. But unfortunately, he chose to be classy. So he only gets the tag belts.
Well, no, see, they've realized it's fucking Chavo.
What, do you think they thought they got Eddie at first?
We probably thought they got Chavo Senior. Come on.
Chavo Classic? I would have put the belt on Chavo Classic.
But suddenly in comes AJ Styles, and he basically goes, "Hey, fuck these guys! I deserve it, me."
One
You only have
guy
a tag
deserves the
team
tag
partner.
titles.
And Hogan looks at him and goes, "You're one guy. No, get out."
Even
No,
Hogan
no.
knows
What
what's
I
up.
love is what Hogan exactly did was, you know what? I did say those things, didn't I? I did say that you could totally do it. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he basically goes, "No, I can't have the tag team titles on one guy. Get the fuck out." And everyone's like, "Bye, AJ."
They
AJ,
should have said that, what if I changed the A to Angle? Because Kurt Angle held both the tag belts at once.
yes, that's Kurt Angle. The rules do not apply to him.
That seems like it will be relevant later.
Indeed. So he leaves. They're going to continue this later. But we go from one Hogan to the other.
Oh
my
God!
I had to actually stop watching because it's going, come on. So
it truly is the Hogan Appreciation Hour at TNA nowadays.
yeah. So Brooks there, or yeah, Femme Hogan is there, and she goes, Tara sister, you know, hold on, you know, sister, I'm trying. Let me tell you something, sister. You did a really great job at Open Fight Night wrestling Miss Tessmacher, and I'm really glad I saw it. I'm really glad I brought in Taryn Terrell, so to be sure there won't be any more shady dealings with the referees, sister. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna have a title match at the pay-per-view against Miss Tessmacher to make sure that it wasn't a fluke and that you deserve to be a teacher. And this brings in Gail Kim, who goes,
Sister Jill, lady. I think that's how you'd say it. Sister Jill, lady. Because Hogan goes, Brother Jack, dude.
Yeah, I was trying very hard not to laugh. So Gail Kim comes in and she goes, you know, when you're pushing me aside, if you want tits, I'm right here. If you want talent, I'm right here.
She has a point.
True, she does. And Brooke looks at her and goes, well, it's like, well, Jill, damn it. No, I have to do this properly. Well, Jack, let me tell you something there, brother. I'm gonna give you you want to wrestle somebody? I'm gonna give you a match against Tara tonight, dude.
And then Tara and Gail Kim proceed to suddenly get in each other's faces after ignoring each other the whole time.
Yeah, and
suddenly it's personal because there's a match involved, and that's
it turns into a cat fight, you know.
But it's not a cat fight in the ring because Gail Kim and Tara actually have talent.
This was actually a decent match. Like I was not. Unfortunately, I was kind of horribly distracted by the ref. First off, female ref. I've never seen a female referee in professional wrestling, just ever, without it being.
Okay, you want to know the backstory?
Well, I do want to say one thing first. Why like, I understand TNA doesn't exactly have the greatest funds, but why is their female referee buying her uniform from Lover's Package? What the holy fuck is she wearing? That's all I could focus on.
Sexy referee out. It's the sexy referee costume. It's a lesser known costume.
I sold those fucking things out of Party City. I swear to God, it'll be up at the end of September. Look for it.
But the backstory is that Madison Rayne was sleeping with Earl Hebner to get an advantage in her matches. So Tara. So Brooke Hogan fired Earl Hebner and brought in her ref, which is...
She didn't fire him. She just basically said, you're not doing any more fucking knockouts matches, especially if Madison Rayne's involved.
Earl Hebner doing anything since?
Yes. He's in a match later on tonight.
Oh, well, I'm stupid. Anyways, continue.
But, so basically she brought him in because Madison Rayne was basically abusing the fact that Earl Hebner is a fucking idiot.
That does not explain why her tits are hanging out, which must be really difficult to deal with when she's got to, like, slam herself down on the ring to do the count. Just one of these days, one of them's going to pop out and we're going to miss a count because she's trying to get her boob back in.
Exactly.
Maybe she enjoys that kind of thing.
Sure, that's nice for her exhibitionist streak, but we've got a fucking match to deal with.
And, well, ignoring the ref, going back to the talent, Gail, Kim, and Tara.
This is a good match.
It's problematic to have Gail Kim playing the heel when Tara looks like she could rip out her spine and beat her to death with it. But they're both talented, so they make it work. Let's
decent match.
Tara nails the Widow's Peak and pins Gail Kim, and Gail Kim sells it like she's dead. I don't think we see her move at all, and we never see her again after. So apparently Gail Kim is now dead. Tara killed her in her quest to become the Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
Which really begs the question, for both, if Brooke wins or Tara wins, who's going to be going for the belt? Because the only two relevant ones are faces, which is kind of nice for TNA for once in a while. But what heels are there? Rain? Well, she doesn't have her edge, so fuck her.
They'll drag back Winter.
Oh my god.
She'll find somebody else to possess.
I believe it.
Where the fuck's Angelina Love anyway?
She quit.
She quit.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that.
Velvet Sky quit.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it,
yeah. There's this webcomic called Botched Spot that does funny wrestling-related webcomics, and they had one for her leaving, which was Taz being sad he can never let the pigeons loose again.
Oh, my pigeon's got to stay in the park now.
I can't say I'm surprised both of them left.
Well, Angelina left because they weren't doing shit all with her, because they weren't doing shit all with Winter either.
Yeah, they're angry.
Yeah, I miss my zombie lesbians.
That was hilarious.
I actually do miss Winter because she was actually a somewhat decent wrestler.
I never used her. It was very classy and sexy at the same time, in my opinion. It wasn't stripper gear like they put most of the women in, like the new ref.
Mm-hmm.
Or Tara, or Miss Tessmacher, and
Velvet what day will finally happen when they just drop a pole from like above the ring.
Well, we've gone back to like 2002 or 2003 when that used to be something that
pole on a pole match.
You climb up there to get a pole.
And then you dance.
And then you dance.
Whoever has the most ones in her fucking shorts at the end of the night wins. And she becomes the Knockouts champion.
Okay, well, let's try to think of the let's just try to quickly to think of who's left in the knockout division. You've got ODB, assuming that who's face. You've got Rosita and Sarita somewhere. You've got Gail. You've got Madison Rayne. You've got Mickie James somewhere.
Yeah, what happened to Mickie James?
Yeah, what the fuck?
all I know is that I think she took off last week or something for her birthday. She couldn't attend because she was throwing herself a birthday party. Like, legitimately, this is the reason that she gave.
Birthday party. That just sounds sad.
All it is, you have no idea.
Well, I'd rather throw myself a birthday. I'd rather sit at home alone with nothing but ice cream and a Bic lighter to blow out than actually work at TNA on my birthday.
Duos, you'd rather have that than work at TNA, period.
True.
You'd rather work at
There's going to be a
Sunglasses.
marathon of something on somewhere.
Okay, but I think let's.
Yeah, we've driven.
The knockouts suck. Let's move on.
We buried them 6 feet under.
So
speaking of 6 feet under, it's Joey Ryan.
Yes, they show a video package of all of his gut check crap with Joey Ryan, and what I find funny is that he's going after the guy who told him yes.
That's what I thought.
He's only going after Al Snow. It's like, wait, that was the guy that wanted you in.
Here's the clear reason why. Taz can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, he's got the broken freaking neck.
He's wider than he is tall. And Bruce Pritchard is Bruce Pritchard, who's probably not going to be doing
I love you, and that's about it.
Who's not going to be doing any wrestling. So Al had to be the guy who takes, because Al can probably still go in the ring.
You think somebody?
But this is in itself.
Pritchard say yes and Al say no.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go.
That's what I was about to say. You think TNA would think of this?
Which is what really surprised me watching the video package is that Pritchard did say yes in the back watching him, and Al said no, and then they swapped for the final verdict.
Yeah, he said no nominally, pretty much, and then it basically still ran him down.
Well, the thing is that the guy who was doing the most was Taz, which you just said wouldn't work for. Oh my God, this fucking gut check!
They planned this shit.
I know.
This is officially the proof. They plan like an hour ahead, and then stop and go, "Oh shit, plot hole. Fuck it, they'll never notice."
Exactly. I wish Flair was still here. I know Flair went off script all the fucking time, but
No, you realize that he might be the one wrestling instead of Snow, right?
Yeah, but at least he put Joey Ryan over. Joey Ryan would probably just have to look at him hard enough, and Flair would think that was enough an excuse to blade.
Wait, Flair needs a reason to blade?
I got a blade.
But anyway, Al Snow comes out, and
I got it. Joey Ryan would talk about sleaze, and then Flair would go, "You think that's sleazy? This is sleazy." Cut.
It's a mustache ride versus Space Mountain.
Oh God!
If you're 18 years or over, woo!
You must be this tall and this old to ride.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh God! No more. Back to the segment.
Okay. Seriously. So Al Snow's in the ring, and he says that if Joey Ryan wanted to get his attention, well, he's fucking got it. And he says, "I know you're here, Joey Ryan. So get your ass out here. Security told me you're here. So get your ass out here so we can talk." And Joey Ryan comes out, and he's got a fucking megaphone.
5 seconds of this guy, and I hated him.
And he's like, "I'm here."
And he's making noise and talking and being obnoxious. And they get him a mic, and he keeps being obnoxious. And Al Snow's
like a hyper 5-year-old.
Yeah, that's
a 5-year-old porn star, which is a terrifying thought.
Oh my God! Why would you ever say that?
Because that's what he's acting like.
And suddenly I feel like I'm watching Black Lagoon. Thank you.
No
one's gonna get that one. God damn it. Anyway,
he's like, I know about that
"What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want, Ryan?" Ryan's like, "I want what 87% of the audience want. Me with a contract. You dumb motherfucker." And the crowd's like, Boo.
Ellis from Left 4 Dead all of a sudden? What the hell's going on?
Oh no, what I loved was when he started everything off with just feel the energy. Crickets.
No.
None of them gave a shit.
Like crickets, and then a smattering of boo.
Yeah, here's the problem with online polls. They're dominated by people from ROH.
Smarks. They're dominated by smarks.
Damn it,
Fool.
It's
you
not the
ruined
same
my
people.
ROH reference. I wanted to one-up Magpie.
Well, you can be a fan of ROH and still be a smart. I didn't completely.
Really?
Anyway,
Jokes.
Okay, I've killed the joke. I'm sorry. I skippied it. My bad. I know he's chomping at the bit to say something, but no, bad Skippy.
Backlash will kill him.
Backlash will kill me for inciting him. But anyway,
I will kill you all.
We love you too. So, Al Snow says, okay, you want a goddamn contract? Fine. All you have to do is go through gut check one more time. No judges. You win, you get a contract.
No, that's not good enough. Give it to me now. No. Fuck you.
Oh, he's playing
you
the
know what?
entitled
You have a
shield.
deal.
He goes. He basically Al basically calls him a coward, and Ryan's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And Al goes, okay, you were wrestling me. And immediately Joey Ryan's like, hey, whoa. This isn't the 90s. No one wants to see you in spandex anymore. Which I thought was a great line.
No one wanted to see him in spandex back then.
And
He
Al
didn't
goes,
wrestle
I
in
thought it was
spandex.
hilarious.
He wrestled
I was
in a
also
shirt.
no, he wrestled in he had a doublet.
I was not watching wrestling when he had a doublet because I remember him in a shirt.
Yeah.
No, when he was in WWE, he did have a doublet on. I'm pretty sure.
All I remember is head.
But yeah.
That's something
again,
you
I
would
was like,
remember, Duos.
Al goes, "Don't worry." I was like, "That's fine. I'll whip your ass in jeans." And then he's Joey Ryan. Well, this starts off the bitch fest of the century as Ryan dives out of the ring and goes, "I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue Dixie Carter. I'm gonna own this place. I'm suing. I'm gonna sue." And Al's standing in the ring with his look on his face like, "Oh, for fuck me sake."
TNA Impact, starring Joey Ryan. They're ripping off the Brock Lesnar angle with this.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Anyway, all right. You know what? Here's some good stuff. Joseph Park time.
Hooray!
yay! I'm so glad that this character is still around.
Yeah, I am so glad that they realized that Abyss was going to go fucking nowhere, but everybody loves Joseph Park, so they're sticking with that.
And so he's talking on he's backstage on the phone, and he's talking to somebody, and up comes Bully Ray, and he goes, I'll talk to you in a bit. He hangs up, and he's like, "Don't hurt me." And Bully Ray goes, "Hey, no. Look, I know we've had our differences in the past, but it's like, I know you're doing some research for Hogan and Sting on who the aces and eights are. Oh my God, this sounds worse than last time."
Yeah, I think you're a little too much from the West Coast.
I'm way
In
too
Canada.
Canadian.
Yeah, but we're all on the West Coast. None of us could do a Bronx accent.
My name's Bully Ray. Okay,
Just,
sorry.
no, just
That does not
no.
work.
Yo, my name's
To
Bully
be
Ray.
He swears
a
he
New
comes
Yorker.
in peace.
He's like, "Look, I know you're doing research on aces and eights. Have you found out anything?" And Joseph Park looks at him and goes, "Well, Mr. Bully, you do know what client what
Attorney-client privilege.
yeah is, right? I can only tell Mr. Hogan and Mr. Sting what I found, and as soon as I find something, I will let them know."
Question:
Apparently, go ahead.
which one of them has been missing every time the aces and eights have attacked?
They've all been there at separate times. Like last week, Samoa Joe was there after being one of the guys that got beat up. There was a point where everyone thought
I meant between Bully Ray and Joseph Park.
Oh, Bully Ray's been there all the time. Joseph Park has, but he's also not really a wrestler, or that's what they're going for.
Joseph
And
Park
Joseph Park's
is
the
leading
traitor.
the aces and eights.
Hey, we figured it
Oh
out.
my
I just
god!
wanted to
If
know
he
what the plot
is,
twist was going to be.
if he
I
actually
would love
is,
that. I would love Joseph Park to be this fucking evil
That would
ass
honestly-
mastermind.
That would make me interested in this angle because I've missed almost all of it, so I could give a shit. That would make me love everything about it.
Duos, you missed when it was good and how they ruined it, so it really doesn't matter. But we'll
Almost
just
have to go back. Fuck it, I'll read results.
that's good.
so Bully Ray's like, okay, you know, I understand. I'm just warning you. You know, I know people like this. Watch your back, and he leaves. And a security guard, a guy with a security guard, or the security guard comes in with a guy who doesn't look like the guy who jumped. Who he really doesn't look like the guy who jumped Austin Aries last week. He throws him into the room, and he's handcuffed, and he leaves. It's a
Massive
broom.
felony
The
number-
alarm bells immediately begin to ring as I realize, oh dear God, not like this.
Oh God.
Massive felony number 4, unlawful confinement.
We need to do a counter at this point.
We're up to 4. We're up to 4 major felonies committed by TNA.
This whole
God
thing
damn
is
it.
only slightly less facepalm inducing
I'm convinced that TNA
than
has.
Abyss having a torture room in the back.
Maybe that's where they did it.
Maybe this is
TNA
where
has its
Nobody
own.
else use it.
no. This is where Abyss was hiding. You know.
Like TNA has its own jurisdiction area that's outside the law.
I can only
They want
assume.
there.
They are.
This is all I can think of. I can only think 2 things. 1, this is pushing suspension of disbelief. The Attitude Era is over. This shit just looks stupid now. 2, isn't Aries the face?
Yeah, you'd think, right?
More on that,
What
but
the fuck?
Shades of Grey.
I
Shades of Grey.
Fired him
I really like
months ago.
I like Ditch's idea because it also explains how the fuck TNA was able to exile Jarrett to Mexico when he lost his match with Angle.
I figured out TNA is its own micronation, like Kickassia.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I want to see Chimera Oh god, no. It would be the ugliest anime character ever.
High on shit.
The
High on shit.
Natalia character.
I want it now. Fuck!
Anyways, we get more. It would have to have. He'd have to have a rod in his spine. That's how you'd have to draw it. I don't know how you'd show that, but it'd have to be done. Anyway, speaking of rod in spine, Hulk Hogan once again talking with the tag teams about how much they need to take it off Kaz and Daniels.
Yeah, he asks all of them, you know, give me a reason, and they all give their bullshit reasons. And Hogan basically goes, yeah, Kid Cash and Gunner, fuck you. Because
Too many steroids.
the
Because you're Kid
no.
Cash and Gunner.
No. He goes, the animosity between you guys and Chavo and Hernandez is way too personal. This is a business, brother. And it's like, okay.
And this has bearing on Kaz and Daniels. Why?
Because, hey, look over there. So, thankfully, this brings us to our next match. Wow, fuck. This is only the 3rd match of the night? There was a lot of talking, wasn't there?
Yeah, this was a return.
matches in
We
2
said this was a return to form for TNA.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's Rob Van Dam versus Bully Ray to determine who's going to get the last spot in the Bound for Glory finals. And they're, you know, they do a bunch. This was actually probably one of my favorite matches of the night. I mean, yeah, RVD was in control for a surprising amount of it. And they were going for the whole, well, these guys have known each other for so long, they know all their tricks. And
RVD is old and boring now.
yes, and Bully Ray is old but hilarious.
Yes.
Yep.
And anyways, the finish was actually something I was not expecting. RVD's coming down with the 5-star. Bully Ray pops up and smokes him with the Bubba Cutter.
Yeah, he basically does a fucking Randy Orton.
First of all, when's the last time we've seen Bubba pull the Bubba Cutter out?
A couple weeks ago. He has been using it as a finisher lately.
Okay, it's been a while. For the longest time, he didn't really have a finisher. Unless you count that chain punch he liked to use for a while. Anyways, yeah, he diamond cutters him. Don't ever call it an RKO. It's a fucking diamond cutter.
He Randy Ortoned him, okay?
He DDP'd him.
There was a cutter-like move. It hit on RVD in midair, and Bubba gets the 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, Bubba's selling it more than fucking Rob Van Dam. Get the fuck off me. As I said, it was a pretty good match. I'm just happy that Bully Ray's in the finals instead of RVD.
Not sure I care either way.
Because, well, RVD just has not innovated over the years. He's just grown stale. At least Bully Ray has changed himself over the years.
Hey, Bully Ray got into shape. Remember how he was a couple years ago and how he is now? Holy crap. And, well, I'm kind of surprised they had Bully Ray win, honestly, because apparently he is not happy with TNA with the way they treated Devon. But
yeah, but at the same, I think he said his contract's up by Bound for Glory or something. And so for all we know, this is just going to be their last hurrah, and he'll end up losing in the finals. Which actually, we'll get to that in a second. But we go backstage, and Austin Aries has got the Aces and Eights guy, and he's like, "We got all your information right here. Your name's Mike. You're from New York. You're a grip. You're a freelance grip."
Okay, that's fascinating, Austin Aries.
He's like, "Who's in the group? Tell me who's in the group. We can do this the easy way or the hard way." And Mike isn't saying anything, so Aries takes off his coat and he starts slapping him, and he's like, "Tell me what I want."
Felony 6, physical assault.
Well, and then it gets better. He grabs a pair of pliers and goes, "Do you see these pliers? These are what you almost killed me with." And it's like, no.
Felony 7, punishment, life imprisonment, massive mayhem on a human body. Holy shit, Austin Aries can go away for a very long time.
He tries to rip his tongue out on live television.
This is our face!
What the
hell? There is video evidence of said torture. The Aces and Eights can go to the police and have TNA shut down permanently.
The last time there was a legitimate case against anybody
was Abyss.
I'm thinking of the whole Dixie Carter thing, and, well,
okay.
Apparently buying judges is easy even when, there is no fucking way you could possibly win.
That is true. Apparently they just... the personal friend of Dixie's family decided that... The thing is that he wasn't even bought off. No, it was... The argument was it wasn't fraud because she signed the paper in front of millions of people. That was their defense, and the judge bought it.
She's too stupid to read it.
Because apparently appeals don't exist in the U.S. court system.
Okay, the only way I can see that working is if they went, she was too stupid to read it, but she signed it anyway. But, no, so Aries is about to rip out the guy's tongue, and Hogan comes in and goes, hey, this isn't what I said you could do. And Aries immediately goes, yes, it is.
I was just like, holy shit, Hogan's being the voice of reason here.
This doesn't last long.
Oh, but then Hogan slaps the guy with the most
around.
unconvincing slap, and then he tries to poke out his eye.
A second case of massive mayhem on a human body. Another life sentence. And,
damn it.
And, we're reaching billions of dollars worth of financial liability for TNA. This guy could own Panda Energy.
But no, that's not what they're gonna do because Logic, what are you doing?
Eight
No.
major felonies.
Stop. You're playing Logic to a TNA angle. Think about what you're doing.
Hey, 8 felonies, aces and eights.
Motherfuckers!
It was all planned.
But so
Like they never be that
Hogan
fucking
abruptly gets a
clever on
phone call.
purpose.
Hogan gets a phone call. And
I
he's
would
like,
hope it's the police.
"What's up, brother?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're the vice president of Aces and Eights, huh?" Aces and Eights has the vice president. Fuck. Anyway, he goes, "Look, I'll make you a deal. We'll give you back Mike if you send the guy who broke Aries' arm down to the ring alone before the end of the night, and Aries and him will have a fight at No Surrender." And I guess whoever's on the other end of the line is like, "Okay, sure."
Well, the thing is that also his name literally just becomes Armbreaker. That's what they call him. That's
Yeah, they call him the Arm Breaker.
He's just Armbreaker, which is. I personally would have wished that my wrestling name was Pile Driver, but we can't always get what we want.
Can't always get what you need.
But yeah, so apparently Aces and Eights cares quite deeply about Mike because they don't just laugh at Hogan's threat and tell him to have fun with him like a normal gang would.
Well, I actually
not
have
make any sense.
I
considering
actually
what
have
happens later.
I actually do have a theory about this, but we'll get to that in a bit. So Hogan's like, "Okay, Aries, let him live," and then he punches him one more time for good measure and leaves.
Yeah,
So
let him live. Let him live, implying that they were going to murder this man. Our baby faces were going to commit murder against a guy that was probably paid off.
Apparently, apparently they did not want about 7 life sentence charges against them. That's just a bit too much for us to handle. Wait, no, this is Florida. If you kill him, that's probably death. Apparently, Hogan did not want to face the death penalty.
It's Florida. It'd probably end up on what the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with
but
you.
no. He didn't say don't kill him ever. Just let him live until they fuck up this bargain, and then you can kill him. We are now in the mafia. What the fuck?
Wait.
Don Hogan has called off the hit.
Yes, I got it. This is how they're going to bring back the main event mafia.
Wow. Figuring out all the good stuff tonight, aren't we?
Okay. Anyway, let's. Okay, I think I can hear Miles' annoyed simmering. But okay, so James Storms goes out to the ring and he's like, 2012 has been a lot of highs, has been a lot of lows. Because at the start of the year, I was going for the championship, and then I didn't think I could get any lower until I lost at Lockdown, and I felt really, really down to myself. And I went home and I drank. I spent time with my family, and I realized something was wrong because I loved the crowd. I came back at Slammiversary and I beat Crimson and sent him to OVW. Hooray! And I got into the BFG series, and I'm awesome, and me. And I know there's 3 other guys in the back who are like, who's he gonna pick? So let's get him out here.
As much as I'm liking, well, before this show anyway, Aries as champion, it really doesn't make sense that they're kind of keeping with this redemption thing for Storm when Rude doesn't have the belt anymore.
Yeah, and where the fuck is Rude? He's been absent for like the 3 last 3 weeks.
He can't be in the. He can't be going for the title because he fucking made that stupid. You only get one more shot deal. Which okay, I kind of wish they'd do that in WWE once in a while. But so he's got nothing to do.
That at WWE, and then they just decide, oh nope, it doesn't count for whatever reason, and then do it again. So that won't stick.
Still hope.
He's the new RVD. That's what's happening here. We're gonna be hearing about this bullshit in a year.
No. But so Then he's like, so out comes Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe, and he's like, there's some great competitors up there. There's Joe and there's Jeff Hardy, but I'm gonna wrestle Bully Ray because that motherfucker accused me of being the leader of Aces and Eights. So fuck him in the ass. He screwed me over last year at last year's in the finals of last year's Bound for Glory series. So this year I'm gonna fuck him in the ass and go on to win. Fucking hell.
But you know what?
Oh.
Go on without me.
This is quite incredible. This is continuity in TNA. Serious continuity.
Yeah, I don't even remember
Yeah, we'll
the
see
Bound
how
for
long
Glory
that lasts.
series last
He
year.
has legitimate reasons to want to fight Bully Ray, and he's bringing them up. Wow! And hopefully, maybe this is hope against hope, this also ends with Jeff Hardy tapping out to like one of Joe's 80 submissions. Hopefully he puts them all on at the same time. I don't know how that would work, but Joe could do it.
Kaji Bunshin no Shadow Clone Jutsu. That's the only way Samoa Joe can pull it off.
Kage Bunshin no Jutsu.
Yeah, me am no speak good.
But yeah,
I
so
just don't
we
know what
get
the fuck it is.
so the finals of the Bound for Glory series are Storm versus Bully and Joe versus Hardy. I have to admit, I'm surprised that this Bound for Glory series has seriously been great. I have to say it. The right people have been getting pushed. I'd rather see the Pope not have to leave with 9 fucking points when everybody else is at least in the low 30s, but I guess he's gone. And
Oh yeah,
I
that's
don't want
surprising.
to.
I saw the Pope's name at the bottom and went, holy shit, he still works there.
I don't think he does. I think that injury thing was him leaving.
And why is he on the... How did he get points?
He won a match. He won a match.
Oh.
Okay, look at it like this. Robbie E got more points than him. Robbie E.
Damn, that's low.
Ouch. Well, I'm sad.
Yes, so am I. Anyway, so after that, we have Christy Hemming with RVD backstage and basically like saying, oh, you fucking lost. That must suck, right? Basically, Christy Hemming being a ditz is probably the best way to describe this.
Christy Hemme being Christy Hemme. Wait. I might have missed some of the intros. Did they do the pan up Christy's legs?
They already did that.
Hooray!
But yeah, so RVD's sort of like, and then the troll shows up.
Magnus.
Hi, RVD. Did you lose your match? Oh, man, that sucks. I'm just going to talk about that for a while.
It's like,
I was
lost,
really hoping you'd say something like, if you laid off the pot, you probably would have won. They should make him like the ultimate concern troll.
Yes.
Like saying stuff like, Storm, if you drank less, you probably would have won that title.
Just walk up to Hogan. Man, Hogan, I really don't think you should be in the business anymore. I mean, I know you're just the GM, but I'm getting really worried. I mean, this Aces and Eights thing, your old heart just can't take this shit. Oh my god, it would be the greatest thing.
What happens if they, cut off, say, Nick Hogan while he's driving in his... Oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, but
Oh.
But no, they pretty much point out that Magnus basically goes, yeah, you're getting really old. Maybe you should, you're not as good as you used to be. Maybe you should quit. And RVD goes, fuck you! And they start fighting.
And apparently it's broken up by Al Snow and D'Lo Brown. The two guys that got inexplicably over at last year's Bound for Glory.
Let's go, D'Lo.
Which I only think that was because they were in Philadelphia and the crowd was just being dickholes. But TNA's too stupid to realize that, so they keep putting both of them out there. And I hate saying that because I don't mind D'Lo or Al Snow. It's just outside of the smarks. Do you think anybody even remembers what they look like?
Well, they clearly remember Al Snow because he keeps coming out every month.
Yeah, but Who watches TNA except the Smarks?
They apparently have
Everyone who doesn't want to deal with the lines at Universal Studios.
Yeah, and
You know, at least 10% of their audience is people that went, man, fuck these lines. Hey, this is there's no line here at all.
Air
What's going on over
conditioning.
here?
Well,
The
apparently
line's shit. Hot damn.
it's a lot more than that because a lot of the old fans who used to go all the time stopped a couple of years ago, so it could be up to 50. But anyway, so we get our main event. It is time for the World Tag Team title match of Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian taking on Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez.
Oh, I actually felt kind of legitimately bad for the poor Robbies, just because that would have been funnier.
Well,
Yeah.
Robbie T could have probably ate Christopher Daniels, so if Hogan wanted to get rid of them, that would have been the logical choice.
I actually would like to point out something. Robbie D has some really nice tits.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed, but when they're doing the backstage segments and he had that sweater on, he has some nice bosoms.
Apparently,
Why is he still wearing that thing? What I want to know is why is Robbie E dressed normally, but Big Robbie is stuck in just his fucking trunks and the boyfriend sweater.
The boyfriend sweater.
I think it's a boyfriend. It's fucking cardigan or some shit.
It's
for girls, for one thing. Like, I'm not usually one to do that, but those sweaters are marketed towards women.
It's douche gear. That's all. They're based off. They're douche gear. Let's just leave it at that.
Shit, if we're going that route, let's dress him like Bro Strider.
Oh my god. Anyway, so we also discover that Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez have no chemistry.
They don't. Huh. There is one cool thing where Chavo goes up and he does the fucking Hurricane Rana off the top rope, and he sends Hernandez flying down into, I think it's Kaz. Yeah, it's
sure.
Kaz. And that was kind of cool, but yeah, they're really not that great together.
Interesting.
It was actually a point that
except horribly overly showy and unnecessary.
Yeah, it was like somebody. It was what Robbie E pointed out. They might have been, great tag team champions in the past, but not with each other.
At least Hernandez didn't stiff the fuck out of anybody during this match.
Well, no.
You notice how they don't let him do that fucking border toss anymore?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they probably told him to cut that shit out.
Like, apparently, after he almost murdered freaking Douglas Williams with it, you haven't seen it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, even TNA after a while just goes, huh.
I guess they decided that giving a man who's already stiff a move that was the move that caused fucking Droz Dragonin to break his neck was not the best idea. Fucking a throwing powerbomb that lands the guys on his shoulders and neck. What could possibly go wrong?
But so yeah, match ends when Hernandez goes for the border toss, and Daniels whacks him in the gut with one of the tag belts, and Kaz goes for the roll up for the win, and they're in the ring and they're like, yeah, we outsmarted him, we're smart, and Hogan comes out and he's like, brah fucking vo, well, since you won your match tonight, I've got a match for you at No Surrender, brother. It's going to be you two against AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. And when he finishes announcing this match, he gets fucking pyro.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
That was weird.
Hogan.
Yeah, that's right. This fucking pyro started to go off. Well, Hogan was like still in the middle of it. Like, holy fuck, that's dangerous.
And then he starts to turn around and he's got his arms stretched out. And part of me is going, he's just doing that because his back's about to give out on him.
And I'm just like, once again, they had this entire useless go nowhere storyline.
What
And
I want to know is
just to give us the big reveal, oh, he's going to fight AJ and Kurt Angle.
question:
Go ahead.
if Hogan's top pick failed, why did the second pick not go up next? Why did we immediately jump to, let's grab that guy I told to fuck off and pair him with some random guy?
Well, because his entire reason for telling him to fuck
Hogan
off
really
was
wanted the
get a
belt
partner.
off them guys, why didn't he book them in a they have to get 10 falls, but the other team only has to get 1 fall match?
Because Hogan's apparently not that big of a dick.
Oh, I've been corrected. It's
he's
not entirely random because they're old tag team partners for when they had the title for a fucking week.
I mean, you know,
Might as well be
Hogan
random.
might be a heel. Hogan might be a heel. Let's face it, he's a
supposed
heel.
to be.
He's supposed to be face, but he's a goddamn heel. But even he's not evil enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna fuck you guys over so hard, it comes out your mouth.
Hey, that doesn't involve being
Oh.
Wait, oh.
I have seen too many things where that happens, and I'm not going to elaborate on that.
So
Make the
I.
obvious joke here, but I won't.
But yeah, so that's the big reveal. Fucking Kurt Angle, like, who gives a shit about Kurt Angle now? Really?
Yeah, where the fuck is the Angle on
Kurt
this
Angle
show?
gives a shit about Kurt Angle. He's just the only one who gives a shit about Kurt Angle.
You know what
I'm
happened?
going to go to the Olympics with.
Oh my god, that Olympic thing! Holy fuck, that Olympic thing!
I did like the College Humor or whatever it was when they were making fun of that, where he didn't make it for wrestling.
Made a video about that.
Yes, they actually got Kurt Angle and RVD to do a video where it's like Kurt didn't make it for the wrestling team, so they had him try out for other Olympic teams.
You know what? I think Kurt Angle. I don't know if you guys saw during the Olympics. Did you see any of the water polo games?
No.
Kurt Angle would be great at water polo.
I even think that was one of the things he
looking psychotic.
No, because
I good at that.
Apparently, you can't touch the other. Like, here's the thing about water polo: the penalties come so often in that they don't even stop play to deal with a penalty. So apparently, Kurt Angle could still be an Olympic sport, but never have to do anything because he just keep getting himself penalties. But anyway, so yeah, we closed with no, that's not how we closed, was it? There was something.
No,
there was one more thing.
Yeah,
so Austin Aries drags out Mike.
Oh my fucking god.
And he's got Mike in the ring, and he's like, okay, where are you, arm breaker? Where are you? You better hurry, or I'm going to forget about our deal and start torturing this guy again to get the information I want.
In front of a live studio audience this time, so it's
you're not coming out?
Illegal.
It's like, you're not coming out? Okay, murder time. And
he's about out of this guy now.
He's about. Okay, first of all, I'd like to point out Austin Aries keeps using his damn hand for his right hand for things. Like he used it for the mic. I think he hit the guy once or twice with his right hand. It's like,
which one he's jerked off with.
It's like, hey, Austin, injured arm. But so he's about to. So Mike's like, okay, I'll tell you everything. And he's like, good, start talking. And he pushes the mic up to his mouth, and the arm breaker appears. He pulls him out of the ring, and it's like, well, it's about time you showed up. And arm breaker's got a ball peen hammer, and he looks up at Aries, and then he whacks Mike in the head with it.
I don't think they really gave that much of a shit about Mike.
Yeah,
no, they didn't. They just didn't. Okay, my entire theory about
Obviously
why they were willing to do this is twofold. One, they get to injure Austin Aries some more at the pay-per-view, and two, they keep Mike from blabbing his fucking guts out.
This is quickly becoming dueling mob.
Like, the thing is, Aces and Eights is supposed to be a biker gang. Anybody who knows about biker gangs, even tangentially, will know that if you have one of their members, they're going to probably kill him first just to be on the safe side. So this fucking stupid of, oh, we're going to, fuck him up if you don't come out and do our Hogan, you're a fucking moron.
It's not exactly very effective.
No.
So the mob versus the Hells Angels. Got it.
Yeah, that's
So
basically a good way to look at it.
But yeah, also I'd like to point out, I think he actually did hit him with that hammer, and it was fucking unprotected because Mike went down like a sack of shit.
Yeah, that did not look like it went very well. I was a little concerned, but I don't think he was bleeding.
Well, he also had his arms tied behind his back, so he couldn't brace himself as he fell.
Yeah.
Like
That's always
sack
dangerous.
Let's
shit.
just hope that Mike doesn't have brain damage.
So
I'm sure that's what TNA has been doing. Just, oh, shit. Hope that's not a lawsuit waiting to happen.
everything.
Oh, wow! He really might get all the panda fucking energy!
Oh, wow.
So anyway, Armbreaker turns towards the ring. Here goes Austin Aries. He dives out and he whacks him. And again, I think he whacked him with his right arm first. It's like, you fucking idiot. So they start punching each other. They get in the ring and they're still punching each other. And they're punching.
Armbreaker has no problem using the hammer on Mike, but he can't do it on Aries because
I think
they need him for later. Whereas Mike got his paycheck and that's the last we'll ever see of him.
No. It's actually quite simple. When he got hit, he dropped it. It's kind of like one of those beat 'em ups where you hit them enough times so they drop their weapon.
And then it just pushes into the fucking ether.
Yeah, well, it despawns.
I don't know about everyone else, but since they ran over, my recording cut off pretty quickly. But according to the results, it ended on brawling.
Yeah, they basically cut the camera while they were still fighting, and it's like they're trying to hype up. Oh, they're gonna fight at the pay-per-view. We're gonna find out who it is. It's Luke Gallows.
It's Festus.
He even recently announced that he finally signed a contract with them, which is funny because he's been working with them for a while now.
Yeah, that's TNA style. They like to have you there for a couple months before they sign you. So apparently you can Rikishi the fuck out of them.
But yeah,
if anybody gets that reference.
Anyway, that was Impact. Now, this would normally be the part where I'm like, okay, let's just get the rest of this shit over. But there's actually something we need to do. The fucking card for the pay-per-view.
Oh my god.
I got it in front of me.
No surrender.
Good.
I completely forgot about that show, and we just talked about it 2 minutes ago. Good work, TNA.
So, let's go. I can only assume that these have been laid out in most important to least important. So let's go backwards and start with the knockouts. Knockouts champion. Tara versus Miss Tessmacher. Tessmacher is holding the championship.
I'm going to say Tessmacher's going to win.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to stick with her.
I'm going to say Tessmacher so they can turn Tara heel.
Ooh.
I think that one of them's going to turn heel. It's probably going to be Tara, but they might do the thing where Tara wins. She's all like, oh, I won, but you're still my bestie. She's just like, fuck you, slap.
No, I think I'd rather see Tara go heel.
Yeah, that seems more logical, but this is TNA we're talking about.
Damn it.
He brings up a good point.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still going to go with Brooke wins.
Tessmacher.
Okay.
So I think we're unanimous there.
Yep. Next up, X Division Championship. Sanjay Dutt versus Zima Ion. I've never heard of that guy.
Where the fuck
Ion,
those two been?
Whoa. When the hell did they make this match?
No kidding. I haven't seen
last
the X
night?
Division.
They announced it last night.
They announced it last night. There was no hype for this match beyond that. Before that,
I didn't even know.
They mentioned it once.
I didn't even know fucking Dutt was back with the company full time.
Yeah, neither did I.
He was a couple weeks ago. He was a couple months ago when they were doing the who's gonna when they made Austin Aries be like, okay, who's gonna wrestle Zima Ion, because he was one of the guys who was in there.
Oh well, I'm gonna go with.
They haven't done shit with the X Division.
I'm gonna say Zima Ion retains because they're clearly not gonna do anything until Sorensen returns, so they can do that feud.
Yeah, Zima Ion. They're not
Yeah,
going to
Ion.
give it to Dot. Fuck that.
Ion, come on.
Unanimous Ion.
Now this just tickles me pink because I have a theory.
Uh-oh.
Magnus versus Rob Van Dam. Before we start, my theory. Rob was so pissed, he immediately went to Hogan and said, I want a fucking match with that asshole. ASAP. And Hogan went, yeah, we got an empty slot.
All right, that's
Well, you forgot the most important part. Here's some weed.
It'll help you with that prosthetic spine, dude.
I'm gonna say RVD. I mean,
I'm gonna
say RVD.
my mind tells me RVD because this is TNA and nothing ever changes. But I want to see Brutus Magnus, the super concerned troll, win, and then go on like a promo saying that if you didn't do pot, you probably would have had a better chance to beat me.
I'm going to go with
You could have really
Magnus.
done this, man. You had it good, but you just kind of faded out there at the end, and
you kind of
we
look
both
hungry.
know why.
Yeah, I want him to become this super moralizing concerned troll.
That'll never happen, but damn, that'd be fun as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everybody on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, World Tag Team Championship. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle versus Daniels and Kazarian.
AJ and Kurt, because they don't have anything to do with Daniels and Kazarian now that they killed the soap opera feud.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I would like to point out it would be completely within TNA's scope of fucking shit up and dragging things out more for Kaz and Daniels to win. So I'm gonna say them. It's just gonna be full out. They're gonna do something stupid to spite us.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Neither would I.
I'm going to have to go with AJ and Kurt.
So we got 3 AJ and 1 Daniels.
Okay, next up. First of the two Bound for Glory, first of the 3 Bound for Glory series matches. Semifinal, James Storm versus Bully Ray. Storm.
I'm going to have to go with Storm because Storm.
Unanimous Storm. Sorry, Bully Ray. We may like you, but we don't even think TNA's that bad at booking.
Oh no! I do. It's just
It's a little obvious where this is going. Storm's it's obvious. I wouldn't be surprised if Storm wins the final match.
Unless, like I said, the problem is that they're still building up the Storm to the ultimate confrontation with Rude, even though Rude doesn't have the belt. I got it. Rude cost him the finals.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh no!
I can see that happening.
Okay, well the other
I
match
don't like it.
is Jeff versus Samoa Joe, right? I'm gonna say I'm gonna
say Jeff Hardy by submission.
I'm gonna say Jeff Hardy, not by submission, but just Jeff Hardy, because then they'll have Storm versus Hardy in the main event. And Hardy will win that because Rude screws over Storm. And here's the thing: they will redo Bound for Glory 2010.
Oh no! Fuck!
Oh my god!
I don't think I saw that.
Oh my god! Oh my! It's been building up to that. It's been the slow burn.
After that, I assume, is the Bound for Glory series final, which obviously they can't actually put names on yet. And then finally, we have the World Heavyweight Champion Austin Aries challenges anyone from Aces and Eights, which I would imagine will turn into everyone from Aces and Eights. They will lose horribly.
I think they were specifying that it will be the Armbreaker. That was the entire point of their deal with.
I think it'll start out that way. It'll start out with them.
It'll turn into a cluster
fight, and then it'll be a beatdown, and then more people will come out, and
they will reveal who, at the very least, who the Armbreaker is, and it'll just get people wondering. Somebody will go, "Oh my God, is the WWE invading us? Because that's a former WWE guy."
Oh my fuck! You think
Because we don't have tons of those running around.
Yeah.
They have the balls to try to NWO this.
Oh
I-
my god.
Oh, God.
Hogan will. Okay, here's my prediction for Bound for Glory, because I probably won't be on the show for. I might not be on the show leading up to it. Hogan will turn heel. Jeff Hardy will turn heel. Aces and Eights will be their little army, and it will be 2010 all over again.
Ah,
So you're saying
God
this is
damn
gonna be
it.
like? So in other words, this is exactly like WCW 1998 when they wanted to do 1996 all over again. Because 2000 or 2010 was such a great business year for TNA.
Or no. Or the other way you could look at it, they're going to try to relive the screw job over and over and over
That
and
must be the
over
only reason why they
and over.
hired Hebner, so they could do the screw job angles with him. Because apparently no other ref is corrupt but Hebner.
Well, I could get Nick Patrick, but I don't even know what he's doing.
I think he's retired. He's flat out retired.
Oh, well, then in that case, yeah, they can't really get him. But that's Impact. That's the lead up to No Surrender. Let's wrap this show up. What gets more screen time than Jay Lethal?
Costumes from Party City.
Get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Yep.
Numerous life-imprisoning felonies get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Par for the course.
Really
Robbie-
badly botched Anacon devices that just look like headlocks get more screen time than JL.
And Jay Al? He's from
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Just zone out on us there for a sec.
Robbie T's man tits get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Oh, damn.
They get a lot of screen time.
But that's it for the Dark Match. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Blip TV or YouTube to keep up to date with all of our videos. You can like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DarkMatch Wrestling. You can follow us individually on Twitter as well. Don't forget to check out TRE Reductions for all of our videos, plus lots of other great stuff is hosted. We're on Reviewtopia in the community section. And we're also on the Spoonie Experiment forums, where you can come in and talk to us, and maybe some of us will be nice. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. Anyway, I am the Lord Warrior.
And I'm DigiFox. I'm the fox that rocks your socks.
I'm Duo's Angel.
And I'm the Revolver Man. Good night. Good luck.